So the customer stated there's something going on in the rear end, and I've already done a little bit of research. Jacked up the rear end with my Harbor Freight jack table there. By spinning one tire, you can see the other doesn't spin. If you look, see the CV shaft is spinning. It's actually spinning at both ends, but it's not connected here. It's clearly broke. And I've also pulled the cap to make sure that it isn't just the hub that's stripped out. And as you see, the axle is spinning there, but not on the CV shaft. So we'll get it apart and change out the CV shaft. With the tire off, we can get that cotter pin out, get a 28mm socket to get this hub off. Now we're gonna undo this bolt, probably this bolt and this bolt, and take this hub right out of there, get it out of our way. Already pulled the two bottom bolts, get the top bolt out of there. Oh, look at that. There's your destroyed CV axle. Now to get this off, these bushings actually got to slide out just a little bit on each side, and then the rest of this hub will come off. Then it's as simple as grabbing this shaft and yanking it out of the transmission, and we'll stick the new one in. I did remove the sway bar link to get this arm up out of the way a little bit farther. You don't have to, but it's just easier. And just take it, push it in, and bring it out. And there it goes. Actually, the shaft is all good and that joint's good. It's just the outer joint that's bad. I'll probably throw it on the shelf in case one of my kids breaks an axle and has a good joint. Now it's time to get the new one in, and it's just as simple as shoving it in like the old one came out. Just give it a little twist to line it up. If it doesn't like to go in right away, take this nut, flip it over so we don't damage the threads or the nut. Now we can hold that up and just bang that with a hammer a few times and it'll seat itself right into place. Alright, with the axle finally snapped into place, I had to bang it in with a hammer quick. Took the nut back off. I'm going to start by putting the spindle back in. Again, as you can see how I've got the bushings out just a little bit. They go into those holes and they're like that on both sides. Once I get them lined up, I can just push them in. And I can't do it one-handed, but you get where it's going. Put the bolts in, and I'll bring this upper A-arm back down, get the bolt in, then hook back up the sway bar, put the spindle on, torque down the nut, put a cotter pin in it, and call it a day.